that we will be making to determine, Mr. Chair. Ito na nga yung pinag-uusapan last hearing tsaka ngayon eh. With what Congressman Rog was saying earlier, na importante talaga na naka-register yung mga tao sa account ng mga social media eh. Anyone can simply make an account, gagawa ng false claims, kung ano-ano, tapos ini-influence yung mga Pilipino. But I do believe Filipinos are very smart at walang Pilipinong tunay na magkakalulo. Ang hindi ko maintindihan, kung meron man, ano bang reason nila? Is it political? Or is it because of monetary gains? But there should be no Filipino na dapat ipagpapalit mo yung bansa mo para sa mga idol nyong politiko o para lamang sa pera, kapalit ang sovereignty at security ng ating bansa. This has to stop. So again, Mr. Chair, may I manifest that we really have to find out who these people are. We will not stop. The committee will not stop. And again, ako lang, simple manifestation, Mr. Chair. To Filipino vloggers, minsan nakikarried away tayo sa mga nababasa natin o napapanood. Last hearing, tinanong ko yung mga vloggers natin. Sinabi naman nila na walang naniniwala sa kanila na ang Palawan parte ng China. Yun ang pinapakalat online eh. Ako yayayain ko lang yung ibang vloggers natin, no? I know masipag kayo mag-post o gumawa ng iba't ibang content. Why not do a content that will protect our country? Why not do a content, meron kayong mga following eh, meron kayong mga taong naniniwala sa inyo. Isn't it prudent enough for a Filipino na kung gagawa ka na lang ng content mo, it's to fight for our country. Sometimes nalulungkot ako kay Commodore Tariela, tinitira pa ng ibang tao na tuta daw ng Amerika. Tapos yung Amerika, minsan tinitira na yun daw may gusto ng gulo. No. Let's try to dig deep. Sino ba nang gugulo sa Pilipinas? Sino ba ang pumapasok? Sino ba ang aggressor? Mr. Chair, enough is enough. Kami sa Tondo, mga batang Tondo, hindi kami papayag sa mga taong ganyan. So, Mr. Chair, again, I appeal, sana sa mga kaibigan nating vloggers, if you are true Filipinos, let's all work together. O i-prove natin na maka-Pilipino tayo at makabansa tayong Pilipinas. Labanan natin ang negative news ng China, and let's stand for our country. One flag, one country, and one Filipino. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Pamante.
gusto ko lang pong tanungin si Commodore Tariela kung sino yung mga vloggers na yun. Can you identify those vloggers now? Isa lang ba o meron pang iba? Can you identify them?
Well, Mr. Chair, I cannot attribute it to the person, but what I can quote are the name of their handle account, social media handles. I cannot attribute it to a person, but I can attribute it to a social media account.
So, ano mong ibig sabihin?
Because, as I said, Mr. Chair, hindi naman natin alam kung sila talaga yung may-ari na account, but alam ko na yung pangalan na account. Like, for example, si Mr. Rugando Sasot. We don't know whether it is really him who is managing his social media account. The same thing with Ana Malindog Uy or Ado Paglinawan. Those names are known to be writing about pro-China narrative.
Well, Mr. Chair, why, Commodore, why don't we ask the NBI or the DICT to identify? Why? Why don't we ask them? Now, you keep on telling us about these things, and you're not telling us who the people are. So why don't you ask the NBI or the ICT to identify those people who they are? Because they can be identified. Oh, it's up to you because you're the one being bashed in this case. Perhaps even your statement here can even be treasonous. Why? Because these are Filipinos who are actually siding with China. Oh, saying things that are against our own sovereignty. So, Mr. Chair, I would like to ask to Commodore Tayela to ask the NBI and the ICT to finally identify these people. And if you do that, Mr. Chair, we're going to invite them here so they could be able to shed light to what they're saying. And also, let them realize that this committee is now crafting a bill that will regulate these things. Akala ba ng mga vloggers natin, malilibre sila lahat sa mga bagay na yan? No. There should be certain regulations on this, Mr. Chair. Do you know why? Because freedom of expression is not absolute.
Are there any further questions with regards to this issue from the members?
Mr. Chair, I would like to ask Commodore Tierla if he's willing to ask the NBI and or DICT or the Department of Justice to finally identify these people.
Yes, Mr. Chair, on the part of my office, I will be forwarding the report and the post of those known social media influencers that we have identified that are countering the factual narrative of the Philippine government when it comes to the West Philippine Sea.
I believe we have the presence of the NBI resource persons. Andito po bang NBI? Ano mo nga yung anong pwedeng gawin dun?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to the members of our Congress. Actually, Mr. Chair, some of the personalities which was mentioned during the lecture of Commodore were already verified by our office. So, ang pagkakaintindi ko po kasi, during his explanation is that he cannot attribute yung mga accounts doon sa real identity ng mga may-ari. And we can provide some, but for those other accounts po, totally dummy account po siya. And we cannot identify kung sino yung mga ano po niya, totoong nagmamayari. But for some of the accounts that were mentioned, there are real names and identities that were already identified by the NBI, and we could furnish this committee of those identities. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I suggest, Commodore, you coordinate with the NBI na lang regarding this
Yes,
matter.
Mr. Chair.
Are there any further questions regarding this issue?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
thank you very much. Commodore Tariela. So, kamakailan, nabalitaan po namin at nakita namin sa telebisyon na muling nagkaroon ng enkwentro sa West Philippine Sea. Pwede mo po bang maikwento sa amin ang nangyari?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair? Yes. What transpired in the past 2 days, Mr. Chair, is that last April 5, the Philippine Coast Guard monitor the presence of China Coast Guard 3302 at a distance of 82 to 85 nautical miles off the coast of Palawig, Zambales. And because of that, the Commandant of the Philippine Coast Guard, Admiral Ronnie Hilgavan, directed BRP Cabra to challenge the presence of the China Coast Guard vessel. And last April 6, what happened, sir, is when the Philippine Coast Guard vessel was challenging this 99-meter vessel, which is relatively larger than the 44-meter vessel that we have, carried out a dangerous maneuver, attempting to, as if they are going to ram a smaller Coast Guard vessel. But thanks to the seamanship skills and the professionalism of the Coast Guard sailors of the Philippines, we were able to prevent from being rammed by the China Coast Guard. And just yesterday, sir, again, the China Coast Guard 3302 did another dangerous maneuver, attempting to ram the aft, which is the behind of the Philippine Coast Guard vessel, when we were also challenging them yesterday at a distance of 92 nautical miles off the coast of Capones Island, sir.
And the area is well within our special economic zone, no?
Yes, sir. That is well within our own exclusive economic zone.
Exclusive economic zone. And ako, Commodore, nung napanood ko po yung video sa TV, the news, talagang nakaramdam ako ng konting galit. Kasi nakita ko yung isang dambuhalang Chinese vessel na palapit ng palapit habang pilit naman tumatakbo yung atin. Kasi nga baka mabangga. At mukhang babanggain talaga. At buti na lang kamo, magaling yung ating mga seafarers nakaiwas. Kung hindi